中の海を股にかけてゆく雄たけび上げて心が晴れたら出発の合図を響かせゆこう Dragon Ball Z I Danaru Dragon Ball Densetsu, or for the saying, Dragon Ball Z Legends.
Dragon Ball Z Legends is a fighting game for the PlayStation. Though not your typical fighter, this one has high-paced, frantic action, every Dragon Ball character you can imagine, insane explosive cutscenes, a power level over 9,000, and to top it all off, a versus mode to battle your friends, and a story mode that follows Dragon Ball Z's epic battles to a T. My fondest memories growing up are in the early 2000s with a little programming block called Toonami. I remember getting off the bus right after school and firing up the TV as soon as I got in the door. It wasn't until I was a little older that I found out these great shows on Toonami were called anime. Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, Outlaw Star, and even Tenchi Muyo. These shows not only sparked my interest in all kinds of anime, but the Japanese culture as well.
Dragon Ball Z was like snorting a line of crack. The high only lasted 20 minutes, and you couldn't wait till you got your next fix. So you know what you did? You stayed up till midnight, you waited for the midnight run, and you watched the episode for the next day. I know you did.
The story follows Dragon Ball Z's most important battles of the series. What I like here is that it recaps the little story snippet before the battle, then it displays a title screen just like the anime. This provides a nice immersive feeling to the game. The gameplay can be quite confusing the first time you play, but don't let that put you off. It manages to capture the power struggles that are in the show perfectly. One minute you can be on top of the world as Super Saiyan 3 Goku delivering epic pawnage, but then burn your key meter and find yourself at the bad end of a hentai tentacle raping. This game does have some strange controls at first, but they are easy to adjust to. In order to move toward your opponent you hold up, to back off from your opponent you hold down. What really makes this awkward is that sometimes you forget holding up moves towards your opponent and you accidentally press right and do an attack that will whiff, causing you to get comboed. Also, if you press triangle you get a power boost which makes you stronger and faster. A little easter egg is that when you play normal Goku and you press the triangle button, he does the Kaioken attack. Pressing the L trigger switches the character you are. For example, if you press L1, you switch to the character in the second spot, and if you press L2, you switch to the character in the third spot. The key to the game is to fill up the power balance meter all the way until only your color is showing, and then release a huge attack and damage your opponent. A way to build this up quickly is to get your opponent in huge combo strings. After it is filled, your character will do a special attack. Some characters have multiple special attacks. For example, Super Saiyan 3 Goku will do a throw, but then for his second special, a huge Kamehameha wave. The most interesting system to the game is only available during the story mode. You can select up to 3 players to participate in a battle. During the battle, you can press the select button to pull up the team menu. During the fight, when you pull up the menu, the AI takes over the fighters in the battle. Here you can tag the fighters in and out of battle. Characters not in the battle talk about the battle at hand at the screen. It is very interesting what the characters have to say while the battle is going on. How I like to play is I try to keep the DBZ canon as much as possible. It also makes them a little more challenging. During the Frieza fight, you can have Krillin get killed and have Goku turn into a Super Saiyan. After you complete the game, SP Battle Mode unlocks. In SP Battle Mode, there are crazy matchups that never happened in the show. This mode just makes you run the gauntlet. Most of the time, there are battles that are totally in the CPU's favor, and good luck trying to win. The music here is awesome and it is composed by none other than Kenji Yamamoto. This guy has done practically every Dragon Ball Z's game music over the past 2 decades. These songs fit perfectly for the Dragon Ball Z universe. Another thing is that it sounds like all the sound effects are muffled, from the voices to fireballs to normal hits, and crashes, it just sound a bit off. Dragon Ball Z Legends was also released on the Saturn in French and Japanese. From the gameplay I have seen, the Sega Saturn version looks superior in every way possible.
It's a shame. The US both got Ultimate Battle 22 and Dragon Ball GT Final Bout, which are terrible games. But who am I to say those games are terrible? Well, till next time, this is the Import Nerd saying, sayonara.